Good morning! Happy Monday to everybody. I'm going to do something a little different today. I am on my bike. I stopped here in front of the seat of our little government in our town. This is the Thomaston Opera House. It's a historic building. Here, I'll give you guys a glance up here. It's a huge building built in 1884. This is where we all will be casting our votes come November. Here, check it out. It's a huge building. It's a very cool building. Can you see it up there? Okay. This is it. This is where we're going to be voting. If you look down the street, down there, I don't know if you guys can see a clock tower. That's called the Seth Thomas Building. I'm sure you guys all across the country, probably even worldwide, have heard of Seth Thomas clocks. Well, this is where they came from. I better sit on the other side. The town was founded by Seth Thomas and a lot of German immigrants, clockmakers. So, and it was mainly around the 1800s, mid 1800s that this all sprang up. My grandfather was Native American and of German and Native American ancestry, and he worked there. He was a carpenter. He made the boxes for the big grandfather clocks, those finely finished wood cases for the grandfather clocks. That was what my grandfather did. All right. I want to talk about a few things today. I wanted to do this video just from my heart. I was going to look up a bunch of statistics about presidents and how they grew up and all that. This is my point. I don't Trump supporters, Republicans. I was watching a few videos, like on Kentucky, for instance, and this town in Kentucky, 88% Trump voters. And it's a fairly poor town, poverty. Most people are on food stamps, and yet they vote for Donald Trump. All across this country, there are similar situations. A lot of times you'll see these Trump voters are usually hardworking. They claim about it's all about hardworking, earning your own money, taking care of your own family. Gun rights, protecting your family, me and mine, okay, so they're hardworking guys with calluses on their hands, right? Building up their home, their family from scratch. This is what I don't understand. Now, my friend Bo, Fifth Column, made a video too about Hunter Biden, Trump Jr. challenging Hunter Biden to a debate as to whose daddy helped them the most. Now, I wasn't sure if it was helped them the most or helped them the least, but it's ridiculous either way. But anyway, as I'm watching Bo's video, I'm thinking, how on earth do these hardworking people, Trump voters, truck drivers, people who own businesses, people that work, how do they figure that Donald Trump is one of them? Donald Trump has never worked a day in his life, never picked up a hammer, never. Look, he's got literally white, doughy hands. Never worked a day in his life. He inherited all that money. We could argue all day. There's some stories that he was given $1 million, $10 million to start from his grandfather. And Donald Jr. most certainly has never worked a day in his life. There's already talk from Trump supporters about wanting Trump Jr. in 2008 or 2012. Oh God, I hope I'm dead by then. No, not really. But anyway, I don't get why you guys vote for people. You think these people are like you. You think they enact legislation that helps you, the small guy, but if you look at it really close, like Donald Trump, what he's doing is helping out his wealthier buddies, his millionaire buddies that own corporations. And a lot of times it spins it so it looks a good too for the worker. Take, for instance, the Clean Water. He rolled back Obama's Clean Water Act. And there's a lot of small little farmers and little shop owners that like this. They didn't like being told that they had to keep their little streams and rivers clean and have them checked by the government. So they thought, this is great. Trump is looking out for the little man. It's not it at all. And Trump was looking out for the big condo builders, the big corporations, the Walmarts, you know what I'm saying? And the big polluters. These are the people that are going to reap huge benefits from polluting, from not being tracked with polluting. As a little side result, you guys think you're winning too. And you think, oh, Donald Trump is doing this just for us. And he's not. He's not. You're just a little side effect, a little happy coincidence that he could sell on his rallies. And that goes, and that stands true for all of it. If you look at the tax, the big tax break, look at the whole 10 years and how it works out. If you think that was made just for the little guy, look into 10 years and how that Donald Trump's new tax plan is going to work in the long run, and then come back and tell me if it was for the little guy. You look back, look at some of the Democrats. Clinton came from a one-parent family. Obama came from a working class family. Who was it? Teddy Roosevelt? Man, now there was a dude I could get behind. Didn't he have a bunch of guys called the Rough Riders or something? And he set aside. I think he set aside the Grand Canyon and all that. Wasn't it Teddy Roosevelt? He must have been a Democrat. He must have been. And I just don't understand. I don't understand how a lot of people that are working class people come from meager backgrounds, but yet they support these billionaires. Going back to what? Nixon was wealthy. The Bush family, filthy wealthy. The Kennedys were wealthy, but they served America. They served in the armed forces, and that gives them a pass. That's another thing. For me personally, I want a president that's either a hard worker, came from a hard-working family, or served in the military. Those are my criteria. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. How you can look at a Donald Trump, a billionaire who's never worked one day in his life, doesn't know what it's like to punch a clock at 7 a.m. to go out to the Roach Coach, to the food truck. Has no idea what that's like. Donald Trump wouldn't even know what a Roach Coach is. He doesn't know what it's like to have to wait for your next check to buy new tires. He doesn't know what it's like to wait for next month to buy your daughter a new jacket. Not a clue what that's like. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. You say he talks just like you, or he's just like you. I don't know, man. I think you're being fooled. To be honest, I think when I voted Republican back one time in 1984, when I was young and stupid, when I voted for Ronald Reagan, I thought it was going to make me look like I was going places. Like I had potential. I was hanging with Republicans. I was hanging with the rich folk. That's what I thought. That's how I looked at myself at one time when I voted Republican. And I wonder if that's what you guys think too. If you think it makes you look a little classier voting for Donald Trump. I don't know. So this is okay. I'm getting back on my bike. This is my little roadside meeting. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good Monday.